Are you prepared to find Southeast Asia's beating heart? Do you long to sample the delectable street fare, climb skyscrapers, and unearth fascinating cultural treasures? Get ready, because we're about to delve deeply into Kuala Lumpur's exciting world. Kuala Lumpur, or KL as the locals call it, offers a plethora of must-do activities, from tasting the famous Nasi Lemak to riding the lift of the top of the Petronas Twin Towers. Discover something extraordinary in this city that caters to your inner urban adventurer, history buff, or foodie. For a moment, consider the year 2022. It's not simply another year for Kuala Lumpur. It's a watershed moment, the 50th anniversary of the city's establishment. But wait, you think KL has been around forever, don't you? So let's press the rewind button and go back in time. Malaysia and the British have a long history. The Sultan of Kedah simply declared in 1786, "Here you go, British East India Company, have the Penang Island." Yes, he leased it. In 1867, Malaysia was designated as an official royal colony. Malaysia raised its independence flag in 1957, following the end of World War II. The country has had a one-way ticket to Successville since then. What's more, guess what? Malaysia has a geographical anomaly. It has one foot on the Malay Peninsula and the other on Borneo. We're not simply talking about vast landscapes here. The country is a close-knit federation comprising 13 states and 3 federal territories, each of which is distinctive and magnificent in its own way. Don't mistake this for a collection of regions stitched together. They're all on the same team, under one federal government. And get this, the big cheese at the top is a constitutional monarch, not a president or a prime minister. Number 1. Name and official recognition as a city. Are you ready for a surprise? The name Kuala Lumpur has a fascinating backstory. In Malay, Kuala Lumpur literally means muddy confluence. Why? Because this lively metropolis is located at the confluence of 2 rivers, Gombak and Klang. But be warned, when the clouds decide to rain, these rivers don't play. They frequently flood the city, adding a touch of watery drama to Kuala Lumpur's monsoon season. Hold on, we're going back in time to 1857. Consider this. The first bricks of Kuala Lumpur were laid down by Raja Abdullah of the Selangor royal family. He is joined by a group of Chinese miners who decide to settle in Ampang. Voila! The first KLites were born, kicking off what is now a thriving metropolis. Let's fast forward to 1957, when Malaysia declared, "We're free." Kuala Lumpur has a new title, the Federation of Malaya's state capital. But wait, the confetti didn't start flying until 1972. That's when KL puts on its big city trousers, replete with a mayor. The royal seal of approval comes from Malaysia's then Yang de Pertuanagang, the country's ruler. 2 years later, in 1974, Kuala Lumpur was elevated to the status of federal territory. Number 2. The city can flood. Think about it. The clouds break and torrential rain falls. The city of Kuala Lumpur, a hive of culture and skyscrapers, is transformed into a watery underworld. KL is a city that moves to the beat of the rain, so you'll feel right at home during the monsoon season. Because of its location between the Gombak and Klang rivers, KL is prone to flooding. No need to worry though, the natives have perfected the process. They are seasoned spectators who know all the tricks of the trade. KL inhabitants are experts at preparing for floods, from stockpiling sandbags to locking their doors. However, if this is your first time here, you may be completely taken aback. Think about leaving your hotel eager to see the city, only to find that the streets have been turned into little rivers. What a shocking twist! So, here's some advice from the pros. Check the forecast and plan your trip to Kuala Lumpur so that you may enjoy the city while the clouds are away. Because, let's face it, getting around the flooded city is like eating soup with a fork. You can do it, but it's not the most pleasant experience. Number 3. You can't wear excessive lipstick. Are you prepared to learn a fun fact about Kuala Lumpur that will make you chuckle? Or maybe just keep your mouth shut? So, let's go back in time to the year 1996. The local council made the perplexing decision to outlaw excessive lipstick application. You read that correctly. The officials were concerned about people's mouths, notably those with too much lipstick, in a city known for its breathtaking buildings and mouth-watering street cuisine. You might be wondering why this law is so unusual. It was thought that using too much lip gloss could spark a wave of illicit sex problems. Although this kind of regulation may make sense within the framework of Islamic law, it is absolutely mind-boggling to anyone looking at it from a Western perspective. Whether you're a local or just passing through, it's important to keep the lip gloss to a minimum. Given the city's emphasis on body language, a pout in Kuala Lumpur may speak volumes. Number 4. Iconic skyline and the Petronas Towers. When it comes to skyscrapers, Kuala Lumpur is in a league of its own. The shining crown on its lofty head, the famous Petronas Towers in Malaysia. One of the world's most recognizable sights, these twin titans reach a dizzying 451.9 meters in height and are joined by a sky bridge. The kicker, though, is that these structures held the title of world's tallest from 1998 to 2004. Though Taipei 101 surpassed them in height in 2004, these twin towers are still the tallest in the world. The Exchange 106 surpassed them in 2019, however, and they are now the new Malaysian height champions. However, even silver medals look fairly nice. But the Petronas Towers aren't the only tall buildings in Kuala Lumpur. On the contrary, Kuala Lumpur is a heaven on earth for anyone who loves tall buildings. KLCC, the heart of the city, is home to a stunning assortment of ultra-modern and postmodern skyscrapers. And if you like superlatives, consider this. Kuala Lumpur is not merely participating in the vertical game, it is utterly dominating it. The number of buildings in the city that are 100 meters or higher places it at number 10 on the list compiled by the Council on Tall Buildings and Urban Habitat. Its 244 skyscrapers reach a stunning total height of 34,035 meters. Number 5. Massive green spaces. Kuala Lumpur is more than just towering buildings and crowded streets. It's also a verdant haven hidden in the middle of a massive city. The famed Perdana Botanical Garden is a 92-hectare oasis where your eco-adventure can begin. And what do you know? This isn't your old garden. It's Kuala Lumpur's first leisure park, boasting a beautiful array of plants and animals and located close to famous sites like the Parliament House and the ancient Carcosa Seri Negara. Still, there's more. The Kuala Lumpur Bird Park, the largest aviary in the world, can be found within this lush park. Envision yourself in a setting where the sounds of exotic birds, such as peacocks and hornbills, fill the air. Need more convincing? There's a park full of butterflies, another full of deer, an orchid garden, and even a hibiscus garden. It's like going to a theme park created by Mother Nature herself. Are you getting a park feel? Kuala Lumpur, fortunately, is home to a plethora of other natural wonders that are just as impressive. These are numerous beautiful parks and gardens to visit in Kuala Lumpur, including as the ASEAN Sculpture Garden, KLCC Park, and Titiwangsa Lake Gardens. Still, there's more to come. Other urban refuges include the Metropolitan Lake Gardens in Kapong, the Taman Tasik Permaisuri, and the equestrian-focused West Valley Park. Let's speak about trees now because Kuala Lumpur has some impressive forest credentials. There are 3 forest reserves in the city, the oldest of which is the Bukit Nanas Forest Reserve, a little rainforest covering just 10.3 hectare in the very heart of the metropolitan area. Reserves covering 7.42 hectare in Bukit Sungai Putia and 42.11 hectare in Bukit Sungai Besi are close behind. Number 6. Trip to Orang Utan Island. We've planned a trip of a lifetime for you, one that will bring you face to face with the natural and spiritual treasures that make Malaysia so special. Where to begin? Orang Utan Island near Bukit Merah is a paradise for the endangered orangutans of Malaysia. Come face to face with these fascinating apes and learn about the rescue efforts being made for them. Leave the noise of the city behind and let yourself be captivated by the rhythm of the forest as these lively creatures swing in their natural habitat. But keep your caps on because this isn't the end. We then take you on a magical journey to the spiritually enriching Perak Tong Cave Temple. This temple, hidden behind towering limestone caves, is more than just a dot on the map. It's a mystical paradise. After climbing the stairs and making your way through the small opening, you'll find yourself in a cavern so magnificent that you might as well be in another universe. The spiritual depths go much beyond that, though. The murals on the walls are a riot of color, depicting scenes from Chinese mythology and Buddhist scriptures. Presumably, Guanyin, the goddess of mercy, peers out from among the carvings and statues that line the walls and corners. And don't forget about the olfactory experience. Picture the rich incense scent mingling with the untamed, earthy cave odor. It's a fragrant symphony that adds to the dreamy mood. We assure you that this day excursion will provide the ideal introduction to the natural and cultural diversity of Malaysia. Number 7. Rapunzel Tower. Are you prepared to dine like a king and reach for the stars? Then you must see Menara KL Tower, one of Kuala Lumpur's most iconic landmarks. It may be only 421 meters tall, but don't be fooled. At an astounding 276 meters, the tower's observation deck is 100 meters taller than its glamorous neighbor, the Petronas Twin Towers. However, Menara KL Tower is more than simply a high-altitude attraction. It is also a verdant paradise. Envision a skyscraper that reaches for the sky but finds its foundation in the Bukit Nanas Forest Reserve, a haven for native species and ancient trees. It's like nature and technology finally made up. What style in construction! The structure seems like it was plucked from a fairy tale and is definitely inspired by Rapunzel's tower. Intricate Islamic tiles, mesmerizing Arabic scriptures, and abstract designs decorate the walls if you look closely enough. Every tile and curve of the tower seems to tell a story about the Islamic history of Malaysia and the potential greatness of human life. No, there's more to come. The icing on the cake? The tower's crowning glory is the rotating restaurant Atmosphere 360. This restaurant, widely regarded as the finest in Malaysia, serves delectable local specialties as well as international fare. Think about it. You're enjoying a meal of world-class cuisine while watching the cityscape dance around you. Additionally, there is an amphitheater for your theatrical needs, relaxing cascading pools to chill by, and numerous fast food restaurants to satisfy your hunger pains. Number 8. Batu Caves. These caverns aren't your usual tourist trap because of their astounding 400 million year history and the fact that they're nestled among ancient limestone structures. The sacred and the magnificent meet here, and trust us when we say it's a sight you won't want to miss. Explore 3 underground attractions with a holy air: the Cathedral Cave, the Art Gallery Cave, and the Museum Cave. If you're expecting a cacophony of embellishment, you'll be surprised by the stark simplicity of these caverns. There are only a few statues and murals here, yet they all tell moving stories from Hindu mythology. Indeed, the Hindu population finds solace here in the many temples and sacred sites, as well as in the reverberation of ancient legends. But here's the kicker. The attraction of Batu Caves isn't limited to members of any particular religion or group. It attracts astonishment and wonder from people everywhere. People from all walks of life climb these limestone giants in search of spiritual enlightenment. You may recognize this mysterious location from documentaries that explore the cave's otherworldly beauty and fascinating rituals in great detail. Regarding ceremonies, be prepared for a remarkable show. As you make your way up the 272 stairs to the main cavern, you'll likely meet several kavadis, who are also making the difficult trek. These kavadis carry heavy water structures on their naked shoulders as they make the ascent to the hilltop temple of Lord Murugan. Amazingly, some kavadi bearers even pierce themselves to do so. This unfiltered display of piety is as fascinating as it is solemn. So that was all the time we had today, folks. Hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon on your way out. See you all next time.